You're live. What's good, Josh? Your man, BL Saint. Welcome. I really want to know podcast, man. How y'all feeling? I am a full 51 minutes late. Sorry about that, guys. It is what it is. I'm off my normal schedule. The kids are out of school, so I'm not making excuses. Just kind of letting you guys know. I was kind of running some errands, and then I came back and I ate a big steak sandwich, and then I got the itis. That's what happened. Had the itis, and I'm sitting there debating, going back and forth. Like, am I going to do a show? My energy's low. I was like, man, I know I'm supposed to talk about iced tea today, but I need energy for that. I don't have the energy to talk about Brother Ice. So, the OG of OGs. So I got to thinking of some shows that I can do. And when I was running errands out, I'm always in the car. I'm talking about stuff. I uploaded a thing about boss babes and the downfall of, the downside of being an alpha woman. Kind of put that out there just a few minutes. And I was like, man, I got to do a show. I got to do something. So I was kind of roaming through YouTube, and Stay Slick with Kit is a brother out of UK. I've actually reacted to some of his content before. He's a real cool guy. I respect what he's doing. And he has a little thing out right now. He has a bunch of content out there, but one just caught my eye. And you know what? Let's just react to this. Let's just make it an easy day. We'll react to this. It's kind of safe. And it could lead to a pretty good conversation, man. So that's what we're gonna do, man. So let's get into it. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. Get some indeed, man. That's what's up. Shout out to Shushu. I love that intro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I really like it. A lot of people telling me how much they like that intro, bro. I'm so happy she did it for me. So what's good, everybody? How y'all doing, man? Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday. I know it's Wednesday. My brothers over there, Fresh and Fit, are probably doing their stream right now. And they're talking about Vin Diesel had been accused. He got caught up in some Me Too stuff. I'm gonna catch a little bit of that too when I get done here. So I know half the audience is probably over there. People probably got up two screens, and I appreciate that, yo. So if you're watching this live, if you're watching this on Team Replay, I appreciate you. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to share. We're doing good, guys. We almost have 1,760 people. We got like 1,759 supporters out there, subscribers, man. YouTube Shorts has really been helping us, grow the platform. People are liking what they see and they're hitting it. And again, Suzette Speaks told me a long time ago. She said, "Man, don't worry about the subscriptions. They go up, then they go down. They go up, don't get locked in on that." But I ain't gonna lie to you, it's kind of cool to see the platform is growing and people are interacting and they like what we're doing over here. So we're gonna keep doing it. And another thing too, Rolo Tomasi had a bit out yesterday or the day before. And the beginning of one of his streams, I think it was the Rule Zero crew, when he had all a bunch of dudes on there. In the beginning of that stream, there was a clip from, I think it's News Nation or something like that. One of those far right things, on YouTube. And it talks about how the manosphere, the red pill world, is being watched by the government. And I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, nah, man, that can't be true. I did just a little bit of digging, and it looks like it is true. It looks like the government is really concerned about the red pill world, like the manosphere movement. And I was talking to my guy Jay Swans about it. And he was like, "Yeah, man, think about it." And he's like, "Man, put your security hat on, bro. Who's in that group? How wound up are some of these dudes? What are these dudes capable of doing if told to, if encouraged to?" And he was like, "I'm like, oh, bro, you're right. And that's what the feds are looking at." I'm definitely going to try to put something together to kind of look at that. And I typed in my normal search engine for news. I typed in Manosphere News, and it was like 90% Andrew Tate stuff, right? And it's the fear that the world has for young men is crazy, but no one wants to do anything about it. So other than watch, and normally when the feds watch, the feds begin to do undercover stuff. And what the feds will do, the feds will actually try to infiltrate, get into a group, and they will get people to do stuff that they weren't really thinking about doing. And then they'll arrest everybody. So I'll probably do a show about that. It's just how, just how that works, man. That's that game, man. That's what they do. Especially at the federal level, they need arrests. They need to make the headlines. They need to do things. And they're not above getting into a group and making that group kind of saying what they need to say to get the group to do something, and then give them the means to do it, and then they'll arrest all the people involved. It is what it is. But yeah, man, there's actually money out there, and there's algorithms out there and computer programs to keep certain content away from people. And I think this platform's got caught up in that too a little bit, because we do talk about a lot of that stuff. And I do have a relationship with Myron and Fresh and Fit was named. That platform was named by the feds as one of the platforms that they're watching. Of course, Andrew Tate was at the top of everybody's list, and even Rollo Tomasi was on that list. So we're going to talk about that down the road. We're not going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about that down the road, though. I just thought that was fascinating that that's what's going on. And being a dude who has a history from the streets, I get it, man. Like, it's just one of those things. I know law enforcement will call you and will use words to encourage you to break the law. They won't come right out and say, I want you to sell me X amount of illegal drugs or whatever, but they will use street slang and they will try to get you to engage with them in an illegal act, and then they will turn around and arrest you. They normally do that after they catch somebody. They'll catch somebody, and if your number happens to be in their phone or something like that, they'll reach out to you, and that's what law enforcement does. The feds are really good at it. The below the fed level, like the state and local level, they're real bad at it. But that's how that game works, man. We'll talk about that one day. Maybe I could find a retired fed or retired like undercover, drug guy or whatever, or major crimes guy to come in to talk about how they move. But I mean, it's fascinating how they do it. They will. It used to be called entrapment. Now it's just called, good police work, I guess. So I don't know. Maybe there's a fine line between them. I don't know. Maybe I got to get some legal people involved. But hey, we'll talk about that down the road. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about this brother right here. Stay Slick with Kit. He has a video out entitled 5 Tips to Not Get Played by F-Boys for 2024. Outsmart them. So this is a male content creator, dating coach, who's trying to help females, young females. You know what I mean? Like pretty much, the women who are on the downside of that peak, they're probably from the ages of maybe 27, 28 and up. And those are the kind of women he kind of talks to, like in their late 20s and going into their 30s and stuff like that. And he's trying to help them out. And he gives good advice. He makes good videos. He has sit-down conversations with women, and they talk about stuff. Kit is a realist. I would say he's undercover manosphere. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's by design or just, his talking points align with the talking points of the manosphere. It is what it is. Maybe why is that? Because those talking points, man, there's no emotion in it, man. It's just, that's how it is. You know what I mean? From a male perspective out there, we look at it, it's like, this is what it is. This is what we're seeing. So I'm definitely going to give him his flowers. Shout out to him. He is definitely hardcore. Don DeMarco for Brother Kit. He's over in UK. I believe he's an actor. I did a video about him some months ago, and he actually hit me up in the comments. He was like, oh, interesting, like good work, whatever. So that's cool. So I'm going to revisit. I'm always keeping my eye on what he's doing. So we're going to watch this video, the 5 tips to not get played by F-boys, getting played by F-boys. You know what I mean? So let's see what this is all about.
Real talk, the game has changed. And not only has the game changed, but people have evolved and changed with it. So things that may have been easy to spot 10 years ago now have a different face. And so to avoid having your heart played with, there are 5 easy tips that you can start implementing tomorrow that is going to stop your heart getting played by a guy you might be considering. Number 1,
So he says the game has changed. I agree with him. The game has changed. Why and how? Well, technology has changed drastically, especially over the past 10 years, 10 to 15 years, really 5 to 15 years. I mean, look at what's going on with social media. Look at how people are dating. Um, online dating is like a huge thing. That's like the go-to. People go to their computers for everything, right? So times have changed. The dating game has changed as well. I mean, the access has changed. So instead of just competing with the people from your neighborhood, from your town, from your state, you're competing with all of the men who have access to a computer on planet Earth. Let's just keep it 100. That's who you're competing with. And women on the other side of that, women have access to all these men. It's like unlimited access to dudes. You know, via Facebook, via Instagram, via YouTube, via you name the platform, women can get hit up by men all over the globe, man, from all over the globe. So the game has changed. Now, women are like, wow, this is amazing. I get all these choices. I'm certainly going to be able to find the perfect guy. Nah, baby, you're not, because the perfect guy does not exist. It's a figment of your imagination. Doesn't exist. It never will. But because you're chasing this dream and you have so many guys to choose from, this is where you can get wrecked as a woman. So, yes, the game has changed. And let's see what the number one, the 5 tips are for these women not to get played. And really, if I were to title this thing, if I was helping him like edit this thing, I was like, how, instead of not get played, how to not play yourself. Because women who get caught up, y'all playing yourself. Let's keep it 100. You're going after the same type dude, and these dudes are just having their way, and you're just gonna go along with it. You're playing yourself. He ain't playing you. You playing yourself, in my opinion.
Invest in him based on how much he invests in you. The mistake a lot of women make, or people in general can make, is that she invests in a guy based on how much she likes him, regardless of whether he's reciprocating to the same degree or not. And I get that makes sense. The more I like you, the more I choose to invest in you, right? But there's an issue with having this approach in the beginning. What often happens in the beginning, especially for a lot of women, is the reason they start to really like a guy quite quickly early on is because she's already started to imagine what it would be like to be with this said guy. She's already started painting the potential of what their future could be. And it's this.
So what is he saying? He's saying she's already decided that you're it. You're it. So what he's saying makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? When it comes to investment, only invest what they're investing in you. This is what we tell dudes. Hey, y'all, only invest what they're investing in you. This is why we say no elaborate date for the first date, man. Coffee, you know what I mean? Ice cream, a smoothie, a walk in the park. Keep the investment low. Why? Because she's not investing in you right now. You guys just keep the cost low. Someone's going to have to get the ball rolling. I understand that. But you don't have to get the ball rolling by taking her to the most expensive restaurant in town and having a helicopter ride after dinner. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to do that for a first date. Keep the investment low. Women will invest. There's a lot of guys out there like, man, women won't pay for nothing. No, yes, they will. Women will invest. If they're into you, they won't hesitate to invest in you. They'll spend some money, bro. They'll buy a drink. They'll take you out. They'll buy you gifts. They'll do it. They'll do it. Is it rare? Yeah, she's not doing it for every time Dick and Harry. You know what I mean? Or should I say every time Dick and Jamal? She ain't doing it for everybody, but she's doing it for the ones that she wants. She will absolutely invest. So he's talking about women who going after these top tier guys, these F boys, these players who know what they're doing. And these women, they fall hard. They fall so hard and they invest. So he's saying, keep your investment low. Is dude investing in you? Keep your investment low. The player is not going to take you out to a nice, elaborate dinner one-on-one. He might take you out to a dinner that's being paid for by some entity, and you'll be sitting at the table with 15 other women, and he's going to take all of y'all into the club, and the club picks up the tab because he's a promoter. But a one-on-one and his money, see, be careful what he's spending. We got brother Jack Black in the building. What's good, night? What's up? What you good to see you, man? Coming up on the new year. Remember, the third Friday, man. Next month will be our first meeting. We'll probably talk before then. Me, you, and the other nights to talk and just kind of catch up and see what's going on before then for sure. So yeah, I know Wes is out there hollering at people right now. So shout out to Wes for taking care of business. We got Scam Likely, Dusto's in the building. What's good, fam? What's good? So women will invest in men. They will do it. They will do it. So he's telling them to keep the investment low. Pay attention to what the man is invested in you, and then you will just reciprocate to that amount, right? That's pretty much what I'm taking from this. Let's continue.
This image that she starts to imagine for the two of them, that's what she begins to start liking more. It's not necessarily the guy, it's the thing that she's imagined. That this is falling in love with the idea of him, not who he actually is, that a girl can disproportionately give a lot quite early on because she's falling in love with the idea of who he is and who he could be to her. But without a level of standard for reciprocation, i.e. he doesn't do much and she's offering the most, it makes her come across as low value, which means he won't think twice about messing you around. He won't be as punctual with you, and he may even cancel things last minute. This is where he puts her in the friends with benefits zone. Next.
Now, that's funny. You talk about friends with benefits. They're calling her, he's saying he puts you into a situation where you're low value. I don't think players will use that term low value. I think that all the women that players mess with have equal value. They all going to be fine. They all bring some sort of resource that he wants. It could just be that he just wants to smash. He just wants to Foxy Brown. He knows he's going to get that. And that's pretty much the driving force. But then, she might have a network that he's trying to type into. So that'll get her pushed up the ranking a little faster, right? But meanwhile, she's falling in love with the notion of, oh, wow. She's practicing how to write his last name, thinking about the kids they're going to have and how they're going to live and all that because she's seeing all this stuff. He's just running his game, right? So, like I said, women, the reason you want to kind of be mysterious and the reason you want to hold back as a dude when you're trying to holler at women, because you want her to get her hamster wheel going in her mind and come up with whatever she's going to come up with in her mind. Trust me, whatever she spends inside of her mind is way better than any game you can spend for her. Let her do all that. Sit back. And this is why dudes tell you, like, you got to be careful of the one-iteers. You got to mind your emotions, because she's living off of hers. You can't be out living off of yours at the same time. Y'all gonna mess up something. So she gets on, she tries to get on with a dude. He's a top tier guy. He might be a player or an F-boy. You know what I mean? And what she does? She does everything for him that the bottom 80 and the simpletons do for her. And it's for a lot of guys who watch this platform, man, y'all need to understand something. There are women out there who simp for dudes. They just do it a different way. They don't take the guys through no craziness, man. It's whatever the dude wants to do. They going over there, they smashing on the first date, bro. I don't care how many women sit there and tell you they don't do it. They do. They do. Right? It is what it is. Certainly within 3 days. Like, I use the 3-day rule or 3 dates. Certainly within the first 3 days, they're going to do something. If they don't, he's moving on. The minute she realizes he's moving on, she goes all in, goes crazy, trying to get him. But she's pursuing him. This is what these dudes are talking about. It happens all the time. Brother Tez is in the building. What's good, fam? Always a pleasure to see you. Always a pleasure to see you. So women do these things. Brother Kit is trying to help these young women out, and older women too. Like, hey, y'all, pump the brakes, slow down. Only invest as much as he's investing. Pay attention to what he's doing, right? He's trying to tell him, like, control your emotions. Don't go all crazy in your mind thinking, planning a wedding and riding off into the sunset with this dude. You don't even know this dude, but you're just looking at him like, man, he's so handsome. He's got this together, and look at all his toys. He's driving this and he's living over here on that. And he's flying first class when he does this. And look at his Instagram. He knows all these people. All that comes into play. This is why the people on the red pill side of the world is doing their best to get this information out to dudes. So what Kit is telling these women is what the red pill guys and manosphere guys are telling the bottom 80% of dudes. It's funny how the information is almost identical, right? Women do these things, bro.
that you can do that's going to help you still getting played by a guy is if you know a girl that he's been with before, then ask her about him. If you know a girl that he has history with, especially recent history, if there's a way that you can communicate with her without it being too crude, weird, ask her about her experience with him. Now, the first thing you have to understand, when you ask this girl, you need to take a look to see if she is still jaded by the experience. And the reason it's really important to see this, because this is going to heavily bias what she's going to tell you about this guy. If she's
That's exactly what I was thinking. I don't know about that piece of advice, but I don't give advice to women. So we're just going to let Brother Kit do his thing. But asking a woman that he was serious with what type of dude he is. I just don't see any women coming out there and saying, yeah, he's an amazing guy. I screwed up. I blew it. You know what I mean? I accused him of stuff he didn't do. I went crazy and he dumped me. Or I cheated. He caught me and he dumped me. I just don't see women doing that. I think that would be very difficult to pull off. I mean, even if the woman is in your family, which it brings up issues right there, right? You messing with somebody one of your family members used to mess with. That's not gonna work. So, you know, the dude don't care, right? So 99 times out of 100, that woman is gonna say he's a player. You know what I mean? He don't wife him. He one nights him. He's, you know, he's smashing everybody. He's this, he's that, he's mean, he's a narcissist. That's what she's gonna say. I think it'll be really difficult to find a woman that's gonna tell the absolute truth as to what happened in that relationship. Right? But men do this all the time. You know, the bottom 80 guys do this all the time. Never go up to a dude that you barely know and ask him about a woman he used to have a relationship with, bro. Don't ever do it. It does not matter. Don't ever do it. There are people, like if you're talking about getting married or something like that, you're in a relationship with this woman, then you can go rely on your homeboys and the people in your circle. They may be able to help you. And really, you ain't got to really say nothing other than, hey, man, I'm thinking about marrying her. And your people going to go out and get all the information they can and bring it back to you if they real ones. Like, you going to marry who? That should be the first question. Like, you going to marry who? Because you running a rotation. Which one are you talking about smashing? Your number one? You talking about marrying her? All right. Yeah, what do you think, bro? I don't know, man. Let me find out. Let me see what's going on with her. Now, you should already know somebody in your crew, like your inner circle done smashed. That's the big thing up front. It's not, it doesn't end anything. It's just, if one of my homeboys done smashed her, I'm not trying to wife her ever. You know what I mean? She could be in a rotation, but it's just going to be fun. But they get outside that. You get to your second level, and they're out there trying to find out, all right, she went to this high school, she went to this college. Okay, she pledged this fraternity, or will be sorority, I guess. She pledged this sorority, or she was in the military, she was in this unit, this was her MOS, she was stationed here. If I'm talking to a woman and she was stationed at Fort Bragg, I'm like, ooh. You know what I mean? Like, you surrounded by alphas. You were at Bragg? How long were you there? You know, that's kind of one of those things like, I don't know. Navy guys, they talk about women who've been stationed, you know, did sea duty. I don't know about that. I wasn't in the Navy. You know what I mean? I just don't know about that. But, you know, this is sort of things that other people talk. It's really difficult to find somebody that's been in a relationship with a person that you're looking at to be in a relationship with and get them to tell you the truth. A guy would probably say, yeah, I used to mess with her. I smashed her, He could be lying. You don't know the type of dude you're dealing with. He might still have feelings for her. And that's the same thing if you're a woman talking to a woman who used to be in a relationship with some guy you're interested in. How you know she's going to tell you the truth? So I don't know about being able to pull this one off. But if you can pull it off and they tell you the truth, I mean, that's valuable information, but it's just one of those things like, how can you trust it? You're going to the ops and asking for intel. If you're going to do something like that, I think it's best that you somehow infiltrate and get the information clandestine, right? You got to be like a spy with it. They can't know that that's what you're looking to do. They can't know that. You know what I mean? You just kind of get the information as best you can and then move accordingly. My bad, y'all. I thought I heard something. That's why I was kind of looking around. You know, Uncle Sam always keeps something in arm's reach. I got something right here. Don't trust me. I ain't worried about it, but I'm just, you know, we good. Ain't nobody here. We good. So Brother Mandrell's in the building. What's good, fam? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. So this right here, we're gonna let the rest of it roll out. I don't know about this one. Like, this is a tough one. Like, finding someone you could talk to and get this information on what type of person they were. I mean, you look better talking to people who work with them, talking to people who have intimate knowledge of their circle, but to actually find a person who was like romantically linked to this person and get them to tell you what happened and get them to tell you the truth. I don't know about that. I don't know.
He's still a bit hurt and isn't over that. She may paint him in a really bad light, unjustifiably so, because she's not over it. And so this is where that feminine intuition of yours comes in. You use it to sense whether she is past the situation. Even better so if she's in a relationship with a different guy. Then you can take what she says more accurately. So if you feel that she is past the situation, she's over it emotionally with this guy, then most of what she says you can take with pretty good accuracy because she has no reason to lie to you. However, you also have to be able to notice the other side. Is she still liking the guy? God forbid, love the guy. Does she still have feelings for him? Because if she does, this could be even more of a reason for why she would dissuade you. Or maybe she'll just tell you flat out that she likes him, in hopes that you will just back off. So while this approach of talking to a girl that a guy has history with carries a little bit of risk, or I would say a little bit, maybe medium risk, if the right conditions are met, it can give you really great insight into a side of him that maybe you haven't seen yet, which can help you determine whether he's worth investing in long term or if he's just gonna, waste your time. Next tip to not
by waste your time means, he didn't quit it, smash and pass. Listen, I don't know how to give advice to women, but I will say this. That technique sounds very fraught with danger to me. Going and asking someone, more than likely the woman is going to still have some sort of feelings for the dude. More than likely, even if she's in a relationship, hell, even if she's married, you don't know what she's up to. She might be creeping over there doing stuff with this guy. Right. So you got to be careful with that. Or she might be thinking like, I plan on circling back to this dude one day. So you know what I mean? So you be real careful with that. Now that's Kit's advice to women. My advice to men, you dealing with a woman and you know a guy that she used to mess with, man, don't go over there asking questions. You know some dude is in her friend zone. Definitely don't ask him nothing. Because he's definitely gonna throw you under the bus first chance he gets, and he is 100% gonna lie to you. Why? Because he doesn't have the courage to go up and talk to her. He's sitting in the friend zone, right? He's a simpleton, bro. He's a simpleton. He's going to do everything he can to block. That dude is the goalie. He's going to do everything he can to block you. He's definitely going to throw you under the bus. He's going to go and tell her all kind of things, which really is going to help you in the long run, because he's going to come up and tell her how you got all these women and you a player and you this, that, and the third. That you can use to your advantage. You know what I mean? That's the only time I talk to dudes. If I got a guy that I know like some woman, he's in her friend zone, I will definitely use that to my advantage. I'll make sure he know that she's on my radar. I'll make sure he goes over to warn her about me, because that's what I love. That I love that warning. And then she's gonna be prepared for a certain type of dude, and then she's gonna meet the real me. You know what I mean? She's gonna get hit with that ism, and bam, it just makes my job way easier. Way easier. So use someone's hate to your advantage. I don't know how to do it on the female side. Females are way more advanced. I just stay away from it. And when I talk to dudes, I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Don't talk to anybody she done mess with. Don't talk to anybody that knows a lot about her and wants to holler at her. Stay away from them dudes. Right? Only take advice from your circle, your tight circle of guys that you've been with, your brothers. Only take advice for them. And they're only going to tell you what they're seeing. Hey, man, you see how she moved? I seen her over here, this, that, and the third. That's it. They're not going to be on some, you know what I mean? They trying to holler at her. They in love with them. Your dudes, bro. They looking out for you. So, yeah, that's what I'll say about that. Let's continue.
Being played, and is my favorite one, is recognize the difference between sexual attention and romantic intention. This is probably one of the biggest learners women have in their dating life. And as soon as she has this in her adult life, the better outcomes she gets. Because if you learn this too late, then you are pretty much guaranteed to be messed about by a lot of guys like a Greek salad bowl. Just because a man will have sex with a woman doesn't mean that he is open to committing to her. Men show that they're really into a woman, not in the time that he has sex with her, but in the time that he's not having sex with her. The time he talks to her, the time that they go on walks, the time that he asks about her life. It's everything outside of sex that shows that he's really into you. Recognize the difference between just sexual attention and genuine romantic investment. Because
he ain't lying here. He is not lying here. This advice is spot on. Women do need to understand the difference between the two. Dudes can smash whoever. It doesn't matter to them. They just trying to hit. They will smash whoever. They're not going to take a whole lot of time after they hit to just sit around and do the lovey-dovey thing. They simply, if they're real players out there and they got a rotation, they don't have the time for that. They don't have the time to be lovey-dovey. They don't have the time to be on the phone with you for hours at a time. They don't have the time to be doing the long walks on the beach or in the park somewhere picking wildflowers for you. They're not doing all that. Why would they? They already smashed. What they will do is when they are with you in your presence, they will entertain you. They will talk to you. They will do that. Like, what's going on? They will be 100% in the moment, but they also know within moments, y'all smashing. Y'all smashing. If you come over talking about, I don't feel like doing something, or this ain't the right time for me to have, to do this, then he's going to rush you out of there. You're going to be out of there within 15 minutes, guaranteed. All that comes to an end. He's not going to just sit there and we're going to Netflix and chill, but we're not going to have any sex. He's not going to do that. Players aren't going to waste their time. They don't have a lot of time to waste. They have a rotation. They have a rotation, plus they're out there making money. They're out there doing what they're doing. They got to network and do all that other stuff. So he doesn't have a lot of time for that. So yes, women, y'all need to definitely understand the two. Like, understand the two. Fellas, I'm not giving up game. It's like, yo, Unc, you giving too much game. No, I'm not. Again, women will have that hamster wheel going in their head, and they will spin whatever tale to themselves in their head. They'll get on board, bro. They'll get on board. If they chose you the one they want to be with, and y'all done already smashed, it's over. The leverage has shifted to you. You got the leverage. So you got her in a rotation. You're not lying to her. You're telling the truth. You were 100% in the moment when you were with her. And then when she is gone, you're going to do whatever you're going to do. Women, it's up to women to understand the two. And Kit is spot on. Brother Kit is spot on with this one. Wonderful 34 is in the building. What's good, fam? How you feeling? Brother Kit is spot on. And fellas, for you fellas out there who are trying to get out here in the trenches to understand this new dating dynamic, right? This information is for y'all too, because he's telling women where they're going wrong, which means these women are going out here doing this stuff. So these very same women you say ain't doing these things, they're doing it, but they're doing it for certain men. If they're not doing it for you, then you need to game yourself up to become one of the men that women do these things for. You need to become the F-boy that's out here doing all the playing. The Kid is trying to warn his female friends or his female clients or these women out here about, right? You need to be that dude if that's your mission.
The truth is, most guys who are presented with a sexual opportunity are going to indulge in it. So while being physical may mean something to you, it means significantly less to him. So be sure to look out for how much effort he makes with you outside of sexual play, sexual talk, and sexual planning. Because guys who are just looking to mess around and waste your energy will invest very little into those things, which ties perfectly into the next hit, which is.
But the dude ain't wasting your energy, man. This is his game. That is his mission. If his mission is to get Foxy Brown to smash, to be surrounded with beautiful women, that's what he's doing. It's part of the game. And if you're not down for that, if that's not the game you playing, just hold out. He's going to have some sort of rule. He's going to have a 3-day rule or a 1-night rule or 1 week. He's only going to invest so much time trying to smash. So once he reaches that threshold, he's moving on. So ladies, if he's going to move on like that, and you're not trying to be part of that rotation, you're not trying to be in that sexual zone, then you got to let him go. If he goes to move on and you still come after him, well, that means you're trying to get it. Now, your game might be different. You might be the woman who is going to be able to pull him away from all that. Maybe, I don't know. I would doubt that, but hey, anything's possible. Let's get into the next one.
Just don't have sex with him really quickly. As the woman in the beginning, you have the power. because he's investing in you because he wants to be physically intimate with you. The moment you start having sex with a man, the leverage shifts to him. Now, again, this sounds very business-like, who has the leverage? Sounds very unromantic. But we have to understand that part of the dance that we're having with someone that we're dating and interested in is we are consistently negotiating how much are we willing to give in order to receive. And so when you have sex with a guy really early and really quickly, you've given everything that he's taken an initial interest in you for. That's why girls often find when they do have sex with a guy really quickly and really early, they find that his effort for her completely falls off a cliff. And the reason this happens is because she has given to him what he wants at low value. And so he will only...
Yes, what he's saying, I get where he's coming from, but the real reason it drops off because she's not adding value. It's not that she's giving it away at a low value. She's not adding value after sex. That's key. You could be a woman out here you smash a dude on the first day or whatever. You know what I mean? You got a guy out there who's running this game or whatever, he's a cool dude. You smash dude, but you begin to add value in some way, shape, or form. Like if you're able to help him with his business or you're able to help him maintain his home or whatever, if you're doing these things, he's definitely going to keep you around. Adding value post-sex is the key, ladies. So if all you bring is the Foxy Brown, if that's where you have all your value tied up, that's all you're offering, well then yeah, he's gonna smash a couple more times, and he's gonna move on to somebody. It's gonna keep you at the very bottom of his rotation. You're gonna be holding on to the 5 spot, the 6 spot, barely, and you're gonna be the first one replaced because you're not bringing anything. He can smash. He can get the Foxy Brown from anywhere. So the fact that he brought you on, that's cool. You gave it to him right away because in his mind, it doesn't matter. The first night or the last night that he was trying to get at you, right? His 3-day rule or 1 week rule, whatever he has. And on that very last night, you decide to go ahead and let him get some. You go in, you get him the Foxy Brown. All right, fine. If you don't add any value after the fact, it doesn't matter. If he waited 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, if you don't bring any value after the fact, he's not going to want to deal with you. You got to do something else. You got to have something, right? So that's where Brother Kit and I, differ a little bit. Doesn't matter, especially for grown-ups. I don't care if I meet a 40-year-old woman or 38-year-old woman. I don't care if she smashes the first night. We grown. Like we're grown. It's, whatever. But what value does she bring after that? That's what's key. So keep that in mind.
We continue to give minimum investment to maintain sexual access. So then you will only continue to give minimum investment for sexual intimacy. Now, that's not saying that you shouldn't have sex at all, of course, but it's about building the physical intimacy as you're building the emotional intimacy. If you haven't gotten the level of emotional investment that you're looking for, or at least to some degree, then he shouldn't be getting the physical to the degree that he's looking for until, both of these things have reached to the same level, because that is proof that things are heading in the right direction. Next tip.
But that right there, though, and you got to think about it. Like he's saying, well, you're going to give him the intimacy he's looking for, and then you're going to make him work just a little bit to maintain that intimacy. Well, eventually he's going to get tired of it, right? He's running a rotation. Like I said, just because you gave him the Foxy Brown doesn't put you at the top of the list. In fact, it puts you just barely made the cut. So you have to bring something else into that relationship post-sex. You have to show some sort of value. That is the key. That is the absolute key. Y'all got intimate. You gave him the Foxy Brown, and now you sitting around calling him, telling him to bring you stuff. He's never going to do that. You need to come over here and bring me this. I don't feel good. Bring me some soup. Or you need to take me here. He ain't trying to hear none of that. You number 6 on a roster of 8. So as soon as you call him and say that sideways stuff, you just drop down to number 8. He might smash you because he had a good time. He liked the way your body looks or whatever. He likes the way you move. But then next time y'all get together and y'all intimate, you try to boss him around or something. You trying to tell him to do something. He's going to get dressed and leave. Or worse yet, he comes over like, what's up? We about to do something. You're like, nah, I don't want to do anything. I just want you to sit here with me and watch this movie. He's gone. That's it. You off the squad. You off the squad. And he done already smashed a couple times. Right now, again, if you really into this dude, You're going to have to figure out a way to add value to stay on his roster and to move up. You want to get out of that number 8 slot, that number 7, 6 slot. You want to get up to, like, the number 2 slot, 3-2. You're trying to get to the number 1 slot. How do I get up there? That's what you need to do. And you have to make yourself so valuable that he doesn't want you to go. Now you have a little bit of leverage back because you are managing his books. Like, hey, I see you're having trouble. Like, he's got a bunch of notes with numbers laying around or whatever. And you put all that together, you get him a QuickBooks thing and you load it all in there. You show him how to do it. Like, hey, if you use this, it adds up all your, your debits and credits and everything right here. It tracks your spending per day. All you got to do is load it up. I got you this program where you could just scan it in there. If you do something like that, oh, you way up. You're at the top of the list now. Because it's not about sex to him. Remember, he can get sex anywhere. But to find a woman who can help him maintain what he's trying to do, let's say he has a platform, like he's a social media influencer, and you've come up like, hey, I found you an editor. I got a cousin who's an editor, and they can do it for less than you're getting it done for. Like I could save you 50% of the cost right here, and they're good. The turnaround time is amazing. What? That's going to get you up there. Hey, I can sit here and transcribe your stuff for you. I got a program that's going to transcribe your stuff. Or he's got a, like, Kit to do this video right here. He probably had a script. He had to have something. Maybe she could type the script out for him. Here's just, and he's like, boom, he's got it. Or maybe she went and got him some sort of little teleprompter, some screen, and ran it all through there. So he's reading off the screen. You got to do these sort of things. Add value. Remember, it's not just the sex. This is a dude. This is a top tier guy. He's a player. He can get whatever he want when he want it. 2, 3 girls at a time if he wants it like that. Remember that. So what's going to keep him coming back to you, love? You add value. Right? You're now you're helping him schedule his production meetings. You're running the meetings. Hey, I could take care of this for you. Why don't you go over there and take care of that? And I could take care of this meeting. I know what you need. I have all the notes. Here it is. Out, whatever. You're at the number 1 spot. You're number 1 now. He's going to be doing all sorts of stuff for you. Now you're getting money. Now you're getting gifts. Now you're getting access and services that those other women can't even dream of. Is he still smashing them? Yes. He's still smashing them. He's still smashing you. But you are the number 1. He's not getting rid of you. So just keep that in mind.
To take away is to ask your friend in a relationship for advice. I think it happens too often that women who are single seem to ask their perpetually single friends for advice about men. Now, this isn't to say that your single girlfriends give you terrible advice. However, that girlfriend of yours who's in a relationship, especially that one girl that that has gone from one serious relationship to the next, she will understand better what it looks like when a man is taking you seriously, when a man is truly investing in you, and when a guy is going to commit to you. They have that level of experience because they are in relationships. And I would say you want someone who's, been in a relationship for at least a year, but, they got into that relationship between the last 5 to 8 years, because then they understand more of the current dating landscape, as opposed to someone who's been with someone for, 30 years plus. So the girl in a relationship that he's been in that relationship for an extended period of time with a man, there are things that she will now understand about men quite intrinsically, especially his relationship with women, his relationship with time, and his relationship with sex. Whereas people who have been single for a very long time, it's not that they don't have that experience, but that memory isn't as fresh in their heads. And it really...
He's right about that. He's right about that. When I got questions about having a committed relationship or how those relationships look and how they normally work and all that kind of stuff, I go to my man, Jay Swans. He did it right. I go to him. I talk to him and his wife, and we had that discussion. I'm listening to them. I'm not going to some dude who's been in the trenches as long as me. Like, if you came to me right now, if you hit me up like right now, your uncle saying I've been married for 15 years and I have these trouble, what should I do? I'm going to tell you, like, yo, give me the top 3 things you're having trouble with. You're going to tell me, I'm going to go right to Jay Swans. Hey, man, go with him and his wife. They're married 15 years. What's going on? These are the top 3 things. He's asking for advice. I can't give you any advice. I'm going to tell you to leave her. That's what I'm going to say. Right? Welcome to the dark side. You see what I'm wearing. You see my Darth Vader hood on. Bro, she got a, hey, man, she tripping. You come to me and, some woman like that is tripping. I'm going to tell you, boy, like, and join me.
Join me and together, we can rule the galaxy.
Come join the Sith. That's not what you need to know. That's not what you need to hear. I'm gonna take that information to the people I know have been out there doing it. Now, same thing. If he's out there, if my man Jay Swans is talking to some young cat and they're asking about, what's going on with dating or whatever, he's gonna hit me up. He's gonna ask me, "Hey man, what's up with this?" And I'm like, "Oh, this is what that is," and tell your people to look out for that and da da da. I know what's going on in these trenches. I've been in the trenches too long. I know what's going on out here. So he was 100% correct about that, ladies. Don't be talking to your single friends trying to figure out a relationship or potential relationship that you're working on because you'll wind up single like them. Don't do it. And they might be gunning at your guy anyway. They might be purposely getting you out that relationship because they want him. Right? Go talk to your people who are married, successfully married, preferably only been married once. Go talk to them. Go talk to them. Single people be talking to their single friends about relationships and it just messes them up. Messes them up bad. What I'm gonna do? Why am I gonna ask this person? If I want to know what combat is like today, I want to talk to a soldier who just came from downrange. I don't want to go talk to some dude who was fighting, the battle of Kaesong. He don't know what's going on today. We move differently. Don't talk to a paratrooper, man. Like I got to talk to somebody who's jumped today. They jump different equipment. They do different things in the bird. Like even the reserve parachute looks different. I got to ask them what's going on. So don't come asking me. I jumped 30 years ago. You want to go ask some kid who was jumping 3 days ago. Same thing. Don't be getting advice from people who ain't never been in a relationship. These young people out here in these streets. You out here getting advice from girls who out here getting drunk, twerking, going home with these dudes on a nightly basis, man. Unless you're trying to do that, unless you're trying to live that life, don't be asking them for advice on how to have a relationship. Go find your girl who doesn't go out, who doesn't get drunk, who doesn't twerk on strangers in the club and go home with them. You go talk to your girl who's been in relationship after relationship. Talk to her. You know what I mean? That's how you want to play it. Let's continue.
It depends if, she's in her late 20s. The last time she was in a relationship was when she was in her late teens or early 20s. That's quite far back. And the kind of men you deal with in your early 20s is very different to the kind of men you deal when you're in your late 20s. So ask your girlfriend who's in that relationship, what cues should you look for? What cues should you look for in a guy that makes him boyfriend or husband material? Because she is more likely to know because she is currently in one. And so if you're ready to invite a great guy into your life, then enroll in my Claim Your Man program below where I show you how to do just that. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, keep it slick.
Shout out to brother Kit. Stay slick with Kit. Shout out to him. Not bad advice. Not bad advice at all. For women who want to stay away from the F-boys, not bad advice at all. Now, here's the thing. Most women, especially young women, they can't help themselves, man. They like what they like. They catch feelings, or they like some dude out there who's smooth with it, got the nice vehicle, got all the accessories, has a great the great home, right? He's an amazing conversationalist. Maybe he's some sort of entertainer, like maybe he's a vocalist or he plays an instrument or something like that. Come on, bro, it's rap. She gonna fall for that. She gonna fall for that one. Dude got game. She gonna fall for that. Why? Because women want what they want, and women tend to want the best. They want the best. They gonna want that top 20, top 15, top 10%. It is what it is. I ain't mad at them. And the guys who understand that are the guys who are out here killing it. They are killing the game. They're out here smashing, doing what they want to do. People like Fresh, people like Myron Gaines. You had even people like Andrew Schultz, the comedian who's beefing right now with their platforms are beefing, but even Andrew Schultz as a comedian, he knew what time it was when it came to women. He was doing his thing. You look at Matt Rife. Matt Rife is out there, just has his choice. Pick of the litter. They're good at something and they're handsome and they kept themselves together and they're young and they're funny and and charismatic and all the rest of it. So women gonna go after them, right? Women don't tend to want the bottom 80 guys until after they want to settle down, after they done had they feel of these top tier guys. Then they want to settle down. Then they'll go ahead and get them a lower tier guy. That simpleton is going to be sitting there ready. He's probably been in the friend zone for 15 years. Sitting there ready. Brother Lou in the building. What's good, fam? We just did a quick one today, man. we just did a quick one today. I just wanted to react to Stay Slick with Kits. It's a male dating coach who coaches females. So his whole platform is dedicated to helping females maneuver these streets, these trenches out here. So I just kind of went over what he had to say. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. So definitely gonna have to catch the rest of this on Team Replay. I will link in the description below. I will link the video so you guys can go back and watch it. If you're watching this on Team Replay, you can go back and watch it if you like. Please support Brother Kit. I subscribed to his platform like a year ago. And then today I went on his page and I had to subscribe again. It took my subscription away. I wonder why. I've noticed that with a lot of Manosphere stuff, but not so much. Well, maybe they got Kit in the Manosphere. So people been telling me like, yeah, man, you know, I had to resubscribe to your platform, man. It kicked me out or whatever. That's the FBI, man, going after the Manosphere. Like I said at the top of this, live. FBI out there doing their thing, man. I'm definitely going to talk about that. I'm definitely going to talk about the FBI keeping their eye on the Manosphere. They're really worried about the incels. They're worried about violent individuals. They're trying to get on top of the potential violent folks that are out there. They're doing what they can. It's virtually impossible to stop those type people, these lone gunmen, the active shooter kind of thing. But that's what they're doing. They're paying attention to the Manosphere. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man. There's some weirdos in the Manosphere, bro. I done seen them in real life, man. There's some weirdos out here. Some of them, they're harmless weirdos. Some of them aren't. And the FBI has to figure out who are the harmless weirdos and who are the weirdos that they need to do something about. So that's that. So yeah, man, we're just real quick. I appreciate y'all jumping in, showing some love. You know what I mean? Team Replay, please don't be afraid to hit a comment, man, like the video or dislike the video. Send it to somebody like, man, you see this shit? Don't be afraid to do that. You know what I mean? It's all good. It's all good. So yeah, we're about 52 minutes in. Today was a quick one. Just wanted to get it in there, get it in real quick, get it out real quick, you know, pause. Yo, I'm about to go check out my guys, Myron and Fresh on Fresh and Fit. As a matter of fact, let's see what they're doing right now while we are here. Let me see if I'll pull them up real quick and see what they're doing. Red Lipstick on Friday. I'm gonna be on Red Lipstick's show. I know, well, she has one now that's coming up. They were talking about waiting on God to send you your husband or send you a husband. They're doing part 2. That's coming up, but I thought she had another one that was coming up. And here we go. Myron and Fresh are talking about, let's see what they're talking about. Let's drop in on Myron and Fresh right now and see what's going on. I'm gonna pull them up on the live real quick. See what they doing. See what they talking about. Hopefully I don't get shut down. And here we go. I can tell they saying something.
What the fuck? Are you a coach?
Yeah.
You're a random person on the internet, bro.
Yeah, man. This shit crazy, bro.
It's fine.
But I knew that was gonna happen. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, let me go ahead and get some engagement. So fuck it. I'll shadow box and bounce it. Even you never fucking do that shit. I never do that shit, bro. But yeah. Anyway.
But and all being said, we had a great Christmas time, man. It was hilarious, man. Last clickbaits, you know, travel scares as well, but we're safe.
Yeah.
We're good to
So
go.
yeah, man. Hey, man, guys, I suck at boxing, man. Yeah, try me. It's fine. I suck. I'm not good at all. I don't know what I'm doing.
Hey, man, Bill trying, bro.
No, I suck. I suck, man. I suck. But fight me, bro. You saw my footwork. I suck, bro. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here.
Some chats.
Yeah, we can read some
Well,
chats
actually-
and get into it.
Our sponsor, Rumble.
That's my guy. Those are my guys, man. They're on Rumble as well. They're on Fresh and Fit. Look, they have 6,557 people watching on Rumble, 4,202 people watching on Fresh and on YouTube. So what are they're like about 10:08 now. Rumble just shot up to look how fast the Rumble, like people are man, now that they know Fresh and Fit are on. Look at that. It just went to 6,745. So you're looking at 10:9. You know, they got 10:9, 10,900 people watching roughly. Coming up on 11,000 people watching their live. Shout out to them. Good for them. Good for them. And yeah, they're gonna do their super chats and they're gonna read their chats and all that kind of stuff, man. So I'm about to go over there and check out that show. I'm not sure what happened to Vin Diesel, but I'm gonna find out. Watch what they're doing. I appreciate y'all coming over to rock with me. Shout out to Stay Slick with Kit over in the UK. The brother's holding it down. Please go over there and subscribe and support that brother over there. He's doing good things. And yeah, man, I'm done, man. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, we're gonna talk about I'm gonna try to get the Ice-T show in. I want to really cover Ice-T, man. I think that OG, he's just one of the greatest out there. And his street story is just amazing. I want to maybe get that out there. I'm trying to find somebody to do the show with me, but it's either gonna be that or maybe I'll keep some. Maybe we'll keep it light. Maybe we'll talk about little sister Nandy Bush, musicians out there killing it. 14 years old, killing the game. Maybe we'll react to some of the stuff she has going on right now, man. She they had her playing the drums to Twisted Sister. We're Not Gonna Take It Anymore, a song from the 80s she's never heard of. But they just kind of let her play this. They played the song without a drum track, and then she came up with a drum track. And you can see her thought process and all that. And she's gotten really good on her saxophone, man. I think she's gotten amazing on her saxophone. So maybe we'll talk about Nandy. Who knows? We're gonna have a good time tomorrow. So tomorrow, 6 p.m. right here, and maybe even earlier. I might even do an earlier show because I gotta do some stuff tomorrow night. So I'll definitely be in here no later than 6 p.m. tomorrow. Be looking for the thumbnails. Please hit that notification button so you can be notified when we do some stuff. And yeah, that's it, man. We through. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. I'm DL Saint. This is I Really Want to Know podcast. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.